success isn't determined by how much money you make. It's by how much life you live. And so for me, day by day, I just try to do the best I can. I live a life where I'm trying to live every single day. You know, some people can just like get by and go through the motions, and all of a sudden one day they're an old person, they're like, man, I wish I would have done that. No, today is the day. Do it right now. Live right now, because tomorrow's not promised.
What motivates Robert to just live like wide open how he does? I think it's probably something that a lot of us appreciate, is it's being told you can't do that from other people. He has a career that when he started didn't exist, right? No one was a quote-unquote YouTuber when he started. And so well-intending people, including myself, were like, dude, what are you doing? Like, focus on something more real. And it's hearing that, what are you doing? You can't do that. And I think it's the watch and see.
That's an all-natural hearts of palm. Here in South Florida, we call it a swamp cabbage. This is the heart of a sable palm. Sable palms are everywhere. It's a great source of protein. And my ancestors, my grandpa, lived off it. But they didn't have a chainsaw. It was all elbow grease in a saw.
I remember so many people, I would tell them, and like, this is the way, this is what the future is going to. And they're like, yeah, I'm sure of it, okay? And a lot of people, even my own family, they're like, you need to get a real job. And all of a sudden, it worked out, man. It worked out.
What's up, you guys? Rob Arrington here.
Hey, yo, what's up, happy people?
Yo, what up, happy people?
Yo, what's up, happy people?
Hey, what's up, happy people?
Yo, what's up, happy people? I'm Robert Arrington. This is Deer Meat for Dinner.
Look at that. Folks.
My thought was, well, Robert has another crazy idea. Honestly, because he always has these random ideas that you're like, okay, what's gonna stick, what's not? And then he was like, we need to buy deermeatfordinner.com. And it was like $10.99. It was something like dirt cheap. We had to put it on a credit card. We did not have $10 in the bank. Like, did not. And I was like, what are we buying this for? He's like, we're gonna do YouTube. I'm like, okay. Well, Robert's logic behind that, it wasn't to blow up. It wasn't to become famous. It wasn't none of that. It was simply like, this is what I do and I want people to see what I do. And then all of a sudden it just kind of like blew up and took off, and here we are. Whether he's filming or not filming, truly, that's how he lives. So he is who he is on camera, off camera, it doesn't matter.
Over the past several years, I've been to some amazing places and did some really, really cool stuff.
And I do think he's competitive with himself. You look at him and look how far he's come, and it's always trying to do better. And it's not doing better to the next person, it's doing better than what he's done. So he's his own competitor. But I think that drive is just in him.
Are you kidding me? Dude.
I believe that resistance creates desire. When I was in second grade, my teacher asked me, what do you want to do for a living when you grow up? And I said, I want to hunt and fish for a living. And everyone laughed at me like I got the answer wrong. She said, that's not something that you can do for a living. That's just something that you can do. I said, no, that's what I want to do for a living. And when I was a little kid, I spent a lot of time with my mom at the docks in DuBois Park in Jupiter, Florida. And I'd watch all those boats going out in Jupiter Inlet. And I would always think, I want to be on one of those boats. It just built inside of me. So me and my brothers, we would always fish, and my dad would take me hunting, and I would get to do some really cool things, but I wanted to do even more cool things. And that resistance created this burning desire inside of me to want to do that. And over time, this little flame has turned into a giant forest fire.
What's about to be? Don't move. Don't move. I'm looking at 2 friggin' stars.
Gator hunting's a perfect mix of hunting and fishing. It's like you're fishing for a big game animal. It's weird. But if you have to catch a big gator, first you gotta find him, then you gotta catch him. It's constantly changing. The methods that we used 15 years ago absolutely don't work now. So you're constantly trying to refine your methods, become better and better and better. If a gator hunt goes perfectly, it's like poetry, it's nice. But if it goes wrong, it's like a nightmare. A gator is not going to go half-heartedly. He's gonna go 100%. So you gotta like watch his breathing, you gotta watch his movements and understand whatever the gator bites, he owns. So if he can get his mouth, it's his.
That's how that's done.
So a gator presents a unique set of challenges, all the way from hunting them, to killing them, to bringing them home and processing them.
The most rewarding part of gator hunting to me is it's a direct connection with me and my grandpa. I called him my pa. He's my mom's dad. He was raised in a plywood house. He was poor as dirt, but he understood the meaning of life. And like my conversations with him were amazing. Just a really cool dude. His nickname was Shotgun or Two Gun. And we always talked about gator hunting. So I think I've always had an affinity for gator hunting because of that. And like right now, cutting out the tenderloin, I just can feel my paw right here with me, like, and it's a special moment, you know? Our life is just a series of moments. The better the moment, the better the life. And I don't try to plan for moments years ahead. I plan for today. And right now, tonight, I'm planning for swamp cabbage and gator tail. What you're left with, beautiful alligator tenderloin, a couple jelly rolls.
Put a lot of hard work and a lot of mental thought into a hunt, whether it be a big hunt or a little hunt. All hunts are very important to me. I like to control what I can control. I can't control what the animal does. I can only control what I do. Therefore, I like to have quality products that I can depend on. When the hunt comes and it's time for me to make the shot that I came to make, I don't want to worry about my gear. That's why I use Burris, because it's always there. It's always ready. And if you don't have to get ready, you stay ready.
This shot here, I knew 100%. I just as I pulled the trigger, I came up with it just a hair. But 50 yards, 3 inside the red. Hey, if it's red, he's dead.
Variety is the spice of my life, and the outdoors just feeds me variety constantly. It's like the perfect world to me. Out here, even though there are predators, I feel very safe. Every direction that you look, you see something different, and it's constantly changing. There are no 2 days that are the exact same. It's this amazing world where the seasons are constantly changing, and each year I learn something new. It's always teaching me something, and whether I'm fishing or hunting, it's always giving me a challenge that keeps me on my toes.
Robert just has this sixth sense. He has something wired in his brain where he understands every wildlife. It doesn't matter what he's doing, he just understands it to a different level. When you are around him, he's going to try to make you do things to better yourself. So Robert's not just thinking of him, he's thinking about how other people can get the most out of that experience. And that is what Robert is really good at, is just making you be a better person. And I think people must just feed off of that energy because he's really good at it. And I don't know why, that's just Rob.
He should be hooting back at me like nonstop. I'm looking up to see what kind of trees. So this is an oak tree, dropping acorns. These hogs are in here eating acorns. And then worms come up and eat some of the acorns. So they're rooting, eating the worms and eating acorn. I was about 6 years old, 7 years old, and I was with my dad, and I was on the swamp buggy, and I remember clearly where I was. I was looking off to my right, off to the right-hand side of the buggy. There was a cypress head, and my dad was to the right, and I saw 2 hogs come running along. They ran right to my dad, and my dad was like, boom, boom, and killed them both. And to this day, that sticks out in my mind as the first hunting experience I ever had. And it shows me that it's so important for my kids and other kids that actually come with us and see us do what we do. Not just to put a gun in their hand and them do it, but for them to see us do it. It's impermeated into us. And I'll never forget that day.
Adversity is just pressure. It's either pressure that pushes you backwards or pressure that pushes you forward. And to me, you know, I had a stroke May 13th of last year. I remember like, golly, I was catching a gator and all of a sudden I just started falling into this dude standing next to me. I'm like, so I looked down to see if I'd stepped in a hole. And I went to talk and instantly realized, bro, we're having major malfunctions here. I don't remember what happened after that, but I just dropped the fishing pole that had the gator on it, and they rushed me to the hospital. I wasn't worried about what caused my stroke, how it happened, nothing. All I could think about was my wife and my kids. Like, I cannot die right now. I really want to be a dad. I really want to have this life. As a family, I feel like it was my job to work hard and to get better.
My wife tells a story early on. She looked at Robert and she's like, Robert, man, give yourself time to heal. And he looked at her and he said, the algorithm won't give me time. Literally looked at her and was like, the algorithm won't give me time. I've got to do this. It just forced him to push through, even whenever a normal person would have been like, no way.
My grandma passed away after her second stroke. I was terrified of the word stroke. I know his dad had one, he recovered, he did great, but my perspective of a stroke and Robert's perspective of a stroke, completely different. So it was terrifying for me. It was absolutely terrifying. And I've never seen Rob so vulnerable, ever. So Robert now, he's putting the pieces together. Like, okay, I had a stroke. That was super scary. I'm good. I'm back. But what moves do we need to make as a family to excel even more? I think it sparked his drive to a different level.
Let's, y'all eat. Go ahead.
I think his goal is to live an absolutely full life and connect at a very real level with as many people as possible.
Rob's goal when he wakes up in the morning, in my opinion, is to be a better version of himself than the day before. Robert doesn't think a 5, 10, 15-year plan, and he never will. He is simply trying to do better than the day before, and it's a day-to-day thing. Robert's legacy is solely to be the best version of himself that he possibly can be. It's not for anybody else. Robert just wants to do great in his own life. And I think by default, he will have a legacy that reaches so many more people.
What up, happy people? Today is an amazing day.
Where's Ammo? Where's Ammo?
Huh? Are you feeling okay?
I am feeling cray right now. We need to go.
Are you being serious?
I am feeling rare. Let's go. Let's go.
Let me drive. I don't know. Is he allergic? No.
So the last time he was at the hospital, he had a confirmed stroke?
2.
What's up, happy people? What's a great day? I have not had a day like this in a month. But you know what? Today is all about my new life and how I can be better.
I really appreciate you for being my strength and thank you for God, and thank you for this opportunity. This is just the start.